As the influence of social media and artificial intelligence continues to grow, calls for stricter regulations, especially for younger users, are gaining momentum. But are these measures necessary or could they limit learning and innovation? Social media regulation is a positive move, given its role in learning and development. However, analysts say restrictions should focus on harmful platforms rather than being broadly applied. While regulations has some benefits, the education sector must also improve how knowledge is delivered.
I feel I feel it's good. You know, everything has like an advantage and a disadvantage. Recently, people have get to learn more on social media, like educational wise. There are a lot of apps and all of that. So restricting them, I feel if they're going to restrict them, should be they should be restricted to some certain extent. I feel it's cool because social media is causing a lot on the younger ones these days. So I feel if they're going to restrict them, the restriction should have like a certain level. It shouldn't affect those sites which they are meant to learn from. You get what I'm saying? But I feel like the restriction is really good.
Some believe these regulations are meant to curb the misuse of social media, not restrict fundamental rights. However, there are concerns that it could limit intellectual growth and access to information, even though many countries already enforce age restrictions.
Certain laws or regulations must be put in place to curb the excesses. The intention of the government is not to restrict people or deprive people of their fundamental human rights. Do you get? But when that right is becoming a problem or a challenge to another person, that makes it inevitable for certain laws to be enacted to checkmate excesses.
They also emphasize the need to move beyond the negatives and better understand AI as a tool for enhancing productivity and performance. Respondents believe AI is here to stay and bans will not stop its influence. It is noteworthy that scams and misinformation existed before AI, even though the technology has expanded their reach. Creating a curriculum for teaching the correct usage of technologies is believed to be more effective, as the real issue lies in how people use platforms. However, other opinions acknowledge concerns that over-reliance on AI could weaken critical thinking among young people.
Putting bans won't still, curb whatever effects it is going to have long term. So rather than putting bans, I kind of support more of educating them on, the right use of AI. They are like AI policies, AI ethics, not placing bans, because they talk about scams. Without AI, there are always scams. Without AI, students cheat. Students just, back then you just go on Google and copy anything you see there. But AI actually makes it easier to access information for people who are willing to learn.
For me, I feel it's going to be damaging your thinking faculty. For me, that's the way I see it. Even though it has the advantage of just assisting you to do things, but if you remove AI from their life, then they are like zero. They are like nobody.
In the digital age, balancing regulation and education will be the key to ensuring that young people benefit from technology without being overwhelmed by its risks. Daudu Abigail, reporting for NCBN.